Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Yoga Alvanugraha from the Master of Business Administration program at Institut Teknologi Bandung, Indonesia. Today, I would like to present my research entitled Development of a Compliance Management System at PT Integrasi Elektronika to Enhance Organizational Compliance with External Regulations. This research focuses on how organizations can transform compliance from fragmented administrative activities into an integrated and strategic management system. Okay, for the background, this study was conducted in PT Integrasi Elektronika, or we can call Intelec, which is used as a pseudonym in this research. The company operates in the industrial electronics and integrated systems sector and interact with regulators, government institutions, and strategic partners. Because of this environment, strong governance and regulatory compliance are critical. However, several key issues were identified. First, compliance responsibilities are fragmented across different work units. The second is the company does not yet have a centralized compliance framework. And the third, processes and SOPs are not standardized. In addition, monitoring systems, measurable KPIs, and strong top management enforcement are still limited. As a result, the company faces risks such as regulatory sanctions, reputational damage, and operational inefficiency. In summary, compliance activities already exist, but they are not yet managed as an integrated system. This research is important because the absence of a structured compliance management system, or CMS, creates significant business impacts. Without a structured CMS, compliance tends to remain reactive rather than preventive. Management also lacks visibility over compliance risks, making it difficult to identify potential violations early. Decision-making is not yet supported by reliable compliance data. At the organizational level, compliance risks are not systematically prioritized. Accountability across work units becomes unclear, and processes become inconsistent. Therefore, compliance is still perceived mainly as administrative obligations rather than a strategic enabler for governance and sustainability. The urgency for compliance transformation is also driven by external regulatory changes. Today, shareholders and regulators are strengthening their supervisory roles and demanding greater accountability and transparency. This means compliance is no longer voluntary or merely administrative. Organizations are now expected to implement measurable, enforceable, and auditable compliance systems. For the company, this transformation implies that compliance must be integrated with governance and enterprise risk management frameworks. It also requires measurable performance indicators and structured reporting mechanisms. In other words, compliance is evolving into a strategic organizational function. Okay, for the literature review, this research is mainly built upon three key frameworks. The first is ISO 37301, which provides an international recognized standard for compliance management system. The second is Enterprise Risk Management, or ERM, which supports systematic identification and management of compliance risks. The third is the three lines model, which clarify the roles between operational management, compliance oversight, and internal audit assurance. These frameworks complement each other. ISO 37301 provides the compliance structure. ERM strengthens the risk-based approach, and the three lines model ensures clear accountability and also the governance. This conceptual framework illustrates the overall logic of the research. This study begins with identifying fragmented compliance practices and the resulting business risks. The current condition is then analyzed using interview, document reviews, thematic analysis, and gap analysis. Based on the finding, this research proposed the development of an integrated compliance management system that's aligned with ISO 37301, COSO ERM, and the three lines model. Finally, the framework is translated into an implementation plan, evaluation process, and also continuous improvement cycle. The research methodology. Okay, this slide explains the detailed research designs. The study used a qualitative case study approach supported by semi-structured interview that conducted with directors and also senior management. Internal company documents and external references were also analyzed. The analytical methods includes content analysis to interpret interview and document data, thematic analysis to identify recurring themes, gap analysis to compare current practices with ISO 37301, and pattern matching to align empirical findings with theoretical frameworks. The final outcome of this research is a proposed compliant management system, framework, and also the implementation roadmap. Okay, for the key findings, this section presents the key findings from the interview and document analysis. This study involves 6 key informants from top and senior management level. The informants represent critical organizational functions, including compliance, governance, internal audit, legal, risk management, and also human capital. The selection of informants ensures representation across the 3 lines model: the first line, the second line, and also the third line. This approach provides both strategic and operational perspective regarding compliance implementation in the company. The interviews produced 10 major themes. First, leadership commitment already exists, but is not yet been institutionalized into a formal system. Second, compliance functions remain fragmented across multiple units. Third, policies and procedures exist but are not integrated into a unified compliance framework. Fourth, compliance risk assessment practices are also not systematic. Fifth, monitoring system, dashboard, and measurable KPIs are still absent. Six, there is a strong need for digitalization and integrated compliance system. The study also found that compliance culture exists conceptually but is not yet embedded into organizational behavior. Finally, all informants strongly support the adoption of ISO 37301 and integration with GRC and internal control framework. This slide focuses on governance and organizational structure. The research found that top management already recognized the importance of compliance and demonstrate growing commitment. However, the commitment has not yet been translated into formal governance structures or system-based implementation. There is currently no dedicated compliance function also. Responsibilities remain fragmented across legal, GRC, and internal audit functions. As a result, coordinations, accountability, and ownership of compliance activities are still unclear. The key insight is that the governance foundation already exists, but it has not yet been institutionalized into an integrated system. In terms of policies and processes, the company already has compliance-related policies. However, these policies are developed separately by different functions and are not integrated into a unified framework. This study also found that compliance risk assessment has not yet been implemented systematically, although the company already defines risk appetite conceptually. There is still no structured methodology for identifying, assessing, and prioritizing compliance risks. This indicates that compliance processes exist conceptually, but they are not yet standardized or integrated. This slide highlights weakness in the monitoring and digital support. Currently, compliance activities are still most manual and document-based. The company does not yet have a compliance dashboard, compliance index, or integrated reporting platform. As a result, management lacks real-time visibility regarding compliance performance and also the risk exposure. The interviews also revealed strong support for implementing digital tools such as regulatory database, dashboard, and reporting system. In addition, compliance KPIs are conceptually supported by management, but they are not have been formally defined or integrated into performance management system. The findings also show that compliance awareness already exists within the organization. Employees generally understand regulatory obligation and compliance expectation. However, compliance has not yet become a part of daily organizational behavior and decision making. Okay, the business solution. This slide represents the proposed compliance management system framework. The framework integrates ISO 37301, COSO ERM, and also the three lines model. The board of directors provides oversight and tone from the top, ensuring alignment between governance, culture, and compliance direction. The framework also clearly separates responsibility between the first line as operational control, the second line as compliance oversight, and the third line as independent assurance through internal audit. In addition, the framework establishes an end-to-end compliance process covering planning, implementation, monitoring, evaluation, and also the continuous improvement. This result also proposed the establishment of a dedicated compliance function as the second line role. The objective is to centralize compliance coordination and strengthen accountability. To operationalize the CMS, this result proposed several key compliance documents. These include compliance policies, manual, procedures, work instruction, and standardized form. The procedures cover activities such as regulatory identification, compliance assessment, monitoring, reporting, and violation handling. The first is a regulatory database for identifying and monitoring applicable regulation. This is the proposed compliance tool. The second is compliance dashboard, and the third is compliance risk assessment template to use, identify, evaluate, and mitigate compliance risk systematically. The study also recommends the digital support system. The Learning Management System, or LMS, will support compliance training and awareness program. Reporting portal also facilitates structured reporting from operational units to compliance function. Meanwhile, the KPI management tools integrate compliance objective into corporate performance management. Several KPIs proposed, including compliance incident rates, regulatory compliance rate, training implement completion rate, and the corrective action closure rate. The implementation plan is divided into 3 phases over 3 years. Year 1 focuses on the foundation phase, including formal adoption of ISO, establishment of compliance units, and development of policies and methodologies. Year 2 focuses on system development, such as full CR implementation, dashboard development, KPI integration, and LMS implementation. Year 3 focuses on optimization through digital integration, enhancement, internal audit, maturity assessment, and also preparation for ISO certification. Because of CMS implementation evolve organizational transformation, this study also integrates change management approach. At the organizational level, quarter X step model is used to get leadership, and at individual level, the ADKAR model supports behavioral adoption through awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and also reinforcement. Finally, I will conclude the research finding and represent the key recommendation. In conclusion, research found that compliance practices already exist within the company, but they are still an early stage and not yet formalized into a structured system. Management commitment is already strong, but structural implementation remains weak due to the fragmented roles and lack of accountability. The company also lacks of a systematic risk-based approach, measurable KPI, and integrated monitoring system. Therefore, this research concludes that an integrated and risk-based compliance system aligned with ISO 37301 is required to improve compliance maturity and organizational effectiveness. The recommendation, the first is formal adoption of ISO 37301, the second establishment of a dedicated compliance function, development of integrated CMS policies and documentation, implementation of standardized compliance risk assessment, development of compliance KPI and dashboard, strengthening compliance culture through internal continuous awareness and training program, and finally, implementation through a phased roadmap over 3 years. Okay, that's all that can I present today. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope this research can contribute to the development of more effective, integrated, and sustainable compliance management practices. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.